Buon pomeriggio a tutti, io spero che si senta tutti, io spero che si senta tutti, Scusate, scusate. Così non ci dovrebbe essere ritorno. E così dovrebbe funzionare. Scusate un secondo, faccio un test. Vediamo un attimino se funziona tutto. Allora, l'audio si sente. Ok. Sì, scusate, il fatto è che oggi non ho il moderatore, quindi non ho nessuno che mi fa i check e io li devo fare da sola. Quindi mi sono dovuta attrezzare in altri modi e in altre maniere. Adesso non ci dovrebbe essere ritorno, l'audio si dovrebbe sentire. Buonasera a tutti quanti, finalmente dopo altri giorni di problemi siamo tornati in live e ho deciso anch'io di buttarmi nel mondo di Genshin, o meglio, mi ci sono già buttata un po' di tempo fa e devo abbassare l'audio in cuffia. Ok, e sono al punto in cui devo iniziare semplicemente l'ultima parte della quest di Naida. Tra l'altro dovrei fare anche un po' di giornaliere oggi. Vabbè, mi farò fuori camera. Non mi attira per niente l'idea di fare il giornaliere. Quindi dovrebbe essere, ripeto, tutto a posto. Questa la posso staccare. Questa... Ok. A posto. Pare di sì. Allora, l'ultima... Giusto, devo stare attenta. L'ultima parte della quest inedita Through the Predawn Night, AKASHA PULSES, the KALPA Flame Rises. Allora, vabbè. Come sto messa quei personaggi? No, sono full, va bene così. Sì ragazzi, non ho team che si possano definire super fighi, super decenti, però questo per il momento è il team con cui mi sento più sicura e quindi scusate, sono ancora una pippona in questo senso, devo migliorare, però siccome ci sono sempre un sacco di quest e storyline e tutto il resto da fare, oddio, miagola, e do, diciamo, priorità alla storia. Con calma si farà tutto.
Candace, we're here! Has everyone arrived?
Everyone is already waiting inside.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's join them!
Please, wait a moment. Before attending the meeting, I hope you can promise me one thing.
What do you need?
Promise me that you won't commit to anything too reckless.
What do you think?
Okay.
Let's go. Enter the villa, ok. Devo controllare una cosa. Va bene. Va bene, va bene. No, questo. Al momento, ok. Al momento è tutto attivo, perfetto.
It's all a bunch of nonsense.
Che cosa meravigliosa. Stava sopra la casa del capovillaggio, vero? Ah sì, poi devo ancora finire di prendere tutti i dendrocoli. Ho preso un po', devo ancora consegnarli e via dicendo, ma insomma c'è tempo, c'è modo.
Everyone's here so early! But why isn't anybody talking?
We already discussed things a bit.
Hey, where have you been? I've missed you too.
Are you ready? Very well.
Ah sì, sto giocando da PC
Are you sure this is gonna
e
work?
spero di non avere problemi con il
I gotta
bitrate,
admit, it's bold.
che
Telling
però
me
ora
impressed.
sembra più che stabile.
It's worth a try.
Quindi
The
vediamo.
point of discussion is to arrive at a solution. Let's cut the small talk and move to the next point.
You're making Paimon nervous.
E speriamo anche che il microfono non prenda troppo la ventola del PC.
You're finally done.
I have some other stuff to take care of. Catch you all later. Come on, don't give me that face. I know what you're going to say. I'll be careful.
Ciao,
That's
benvenuto.
what I
No, mi
wanted to
dispiace,
hear.
spagnolo non lo
Take care.
parlo. Mi dispiace tanto.
Well, traveler, Paimon, judging from your expressions,
Benvenuto,
the
benvenuta.
meeting must have been
Non
quite
voglio
productive.
misgenderare
You can
nessuno.
I'm not that good at scheming or strategy, but I can sense people's emotions. And based on your reaction, things must have gone quite well.
Paimon's a little worried. Hopefully nothing will go wrong.
To be honest, I feel the same. But you're already some of the most capable people I know. So you have my trust.
Candace gave us a compliment.
Your deeds speak for themselves.
Candace, we stayed behind to tell you that, although you won't be coming with us, we'll be sure to remember your words.
Devo dire che la...
I'm very
che
glad to
Sumeru
hear
e la
that.
questolina Ida sono il mio secondo posto preferito di Genshin.
I've said the same thing to everyone here today as I said to you when you arrived.
Grazie mille allora per
Your safety
seguirmi
is the
anche se
most
non è
important
la
Only
situazione
when you're safe
migliore.
can the plan
Ti
be
ringrazio.
successful. So please, take care. You're welcome. And thank you for taking my advice.
Grazie mille per
Good
il
luck.
follow. Grazie.
With everything. I'll be here in the village praying for you.
Allora, incontriamoci pure con l'item, va bene tutto. Stavo dicendo, forse Sumeru è la seconda regione che mi è piaciuta di più. Per me nel cuore, purtroppo tra virgolette, perché capisco che la regione iniziale magari non è niente di che, però cioè, la mia regione preferita rimane la regione di Mondstadt, perché mi piacciono le ambientazioni. Però devo dire che Sumeru mi ha attirato parecchio, anche a livello di, come si dice, di trama, non mi dispiace per niente. E devo dire che hanno inserito anche un personaggio che, per quanto non buonissimo, insomma, purtroppo certe cose
Wherever
le
in this world I
capisco,
roam,
passate sulla
I
mia
carry
pelle.
memories of my home.
E sì, avete ragione tutto quello che volete. Dove stai? Scusate, io ho dei seri problemi con la tastiera, sì, ciao. Dall'altra parte, ho dei seri problemi con la
It's the
tastiera
last
ogni
link I
tanto.
have to the land of my birth.
Mi perdo
Time to
fortissimo.
go.
Spero di non darvi troppo motion sickness, tra l'altro, con il mouse e la
Sounds
webcam.
good. I'll go make some preparations.
Andiamo a
Ok.
salvare Naida, andiamo a salvare Naida.
Have you finished saying your goodbyes?
Yeah. Also, Candace told everyone to be careful.
Yes, she did. But I think my point also bears repeating.
Soltanto
Our
nei
plan
stream,
is
se
not
quando
child's
metteranno
play.
l'item
We won't be able to achieve
vorrò
anything if we're
prenderlo.
simply careful. We must go beyond
Cioè, per la
that and
tanto già lo
fully
si fanno
commit
male una
ourselves to it.
volta.
I hope this is clear to you.
more cheerful to boost our morale right now?
Didn't we already do that during the meeting?
You can never have enough words of encouragement.
In that case, Candace can cuddle you to your heart's content while I continue to remind you of the seriousness of our situation. We all have our jobs to do, after all. It's like how some people can be put in charge of logistics while others will fight on the front lines.
Speaking of the front lines,
Ci fossimo mai stati nelle front lines.
Of course. Compared to the mercenaries, I'm merely a feeble scholar. But the advantage of not being a mercenary is that I get to stay in a safer place and offer my strategic insight. Just think about that mercenary who lost his mind. Mercenary groups are facing constant danger every single day.
well, being a scholar is also a high-risk occupation, and you are a scholar.
I'm not like the rest of them. Even among members of the same species, some will exhibit far more potential than others.
Stringete con le chiacchiere, vi prego.
Hyman still remembers when those mercenaries in Port Ormos called you a
Scherzo,
lunatic.
ovviamente, non è un grosso problema in
All
realtà.
intellectuals are lunatics in the eyes of fools.
È tipico dei
I'll take that as a
giochi
compliment.
orientali.
That reminds me.
Di
Do
alcune
you
tipologie
remember
di
the
giochi
record we
orientali.
saw in the King Deshret ruins? It mentioned forbidden knowledge. You have a good memory. Forbidden knowledge has the power to drive people insane, but this fact has never been shared with the public. Even I, who has worked in the academia for some time, was never once informed of this. I think those mad scholars and
Il
mercenaries we
gioco in sé è
encountered may have
Genshin
all fallen victim
Impact.
to the corrupting
Forse non ho
qualities of
capito io la
forbidden
domanda,
knowledge.
perdonami.
But the academia has always held a different view. They've always believed that symptoms of madness are a side effect of human contact with divine knowledge as mere mortals. Come to think of it, perhaps the academia has also never understood the true nature of forbidden knowledge, and thus always approached the issue from the wrong direction. The Withering, Elazar, and the Sandstorms. Don't you think what is happening right now across Sumeru is rather similar to the forbidden knowledge pollution that occurred in the desert thousands of years ago?
Allora.
But
Diciamo che è
Hyman
possibile.
thought that Irminsul's disease is what caused the withering in the sandstorms. At least, that's what Tainari told us. Wait a second.
Ah, you've connected the dots. The cause of Irminsul's illness may precisely be the pollution from forbidden knowledge.
But if that's the case, what should we do? This is huge!
Wait. Why do you think Lesser Lord Kusanali would have a solution to this situation?
Detesto quando dividono la risposta in due risposte, perché rispondere una frase incompleta per me non ha senso.
You mean it's related to the scene you saw when you passed out in the Avidia forest? That whole the world forget me thing?
In that case, it's imperative that we rescue Lesser Lord Kusanali. Only by working with her to save Irminsul can we completely resolve the problems Sumeru currently faces. To make sure we're still on track, I would like to check on the state of some of our preparatory work.
Andiamo a
Where are we
salvarla.
going?
To an Aramite base.
Ok. Va bene. Ce l'abbiamo fatta, riprendiamo in mano il gioco. Io però non so se si vedrà. Orfeo, perché prima stavo coccolando un gatto, ne ho due. Stavo coccolando, non so se si vede da qua. Sì, più o meno, dai. Orfeo. Ehi. No, non si vede. Non si vede. Eccolo qua. Che abbiamo la postazione anche felina da un po' di tempo a questa parte. Ok, adesso risistemiamo la webcam senza far danni, però, magari. Dov'è? Qua. Ok, non abbiamo fatto troppi danni. Orfeuccio. No, leva sto coso, non mi servono i pin. Mi serve questo. Dovrei andare a raccogliere i cosi, ovviamente, per... I cosi sarebbero i dendrocoli. Per aumentare il potere della statua, al momento lasciamo stare. Dovrei fare un sacco di cose su questo gioco, proprio
Oh,
tante.
you made it.
Quasi dispersivo. Tanto tra un po' metteranno pure in più il gioco di carte, il
technical work
TCG
to do.
all'interno di Genshin
Ah,
Impact.
it's the
Sarà
scribe.
ancora più
And is that
pieno
the
di roba da
traveler I
fare.
see?
How's the work going?
Ah, yes! We have fixed the devices according to your instructions. One of them is already ready for use, while the others are still under repair.
Aren't those devices for canned knowledge extraction? What are you doing with those?
Look here.
Huh? More canned knowledge? Are you going to put more weird stuff into her head again?
What's that look on your face? Are you scared?
Allora, visto come è andata l'ultima volta, anche
Very,
volendo.
very furious!
That's an interesting response. Anyway, we're not going to use this just yet. As I mentioned during the meeting, this knowledge capsule contains a decree I drew up in the past. The academia should also have their own copy. And according to the plan we just came up with, Traveler, I want you to record something into this capsule. Do you believe we can save Lesser Lord Kusanali? Good. Conviction is the most important part of all of this. Now, please get ready and put on this device.
You want us to record our conviction into the knowledge capsule?
Yes.
Paimon is still really worried.
I understand, but trust me, Paimon, this is something we have to do. It's best if you can do as I say.
Allora, non è la cosa più pericolosa che abbiamo fatto da quando abbiamo iniziato l'avventura a Teyvat, sinceramente. Certo, giocare con la mente delle persone non è mai una cosa buona in nessun gioco di ruolo. Nessuno. Esperienza personale.
Because, to achieve this impossible task, it sounds like you'll need to fool your own heart first. Although it may feel like a trick, self-encouragement may be the most important tool we have.
Paimon can see the point you're trying to make.
Imagine this. We have orchestrated our plan and successfully rescued Lesser Lord Kusanali. As a result, we have changed Sumeru's entire political landscape. Everything went without a hitch, and everyone recognizes and praises our achievements. Now, open your eyes. Here.
What's this?
Read it out loud.
Substeering words have been written on the note. Although you don't quite understand the purpose. Vabbè.
It's done.
Ci ho provato, ragazzi, ma è molto rapida questa... Sono abbastanza rapide queste schermate. Di solito no, ma se metto playing, scema io, sono piuttosto rapide.
Is your head okay? Does anything hurt?
It's just a recording. There should be no negative effects.
But what was the point of doing this?
Però
Paimon
mi
doesn't
conviene
get it.
mettere auto, purtroppo, perché vorrei evitare, anzi tenere al minimo i rumori di mouse e tastiera, perché giustamente potrebbero dare fastidio.
And that's perfectly fine. In any case, these capsules aren't meant to be used by you.
Huh? What do you mean?
Have you forgotten? Our plan needs to account for those who have long relied on the AKASHA. You may find it hard to believe, but for those people, everything the AKASHA transmits to them is nothing short of absolute truth. Imagine if you've been using a device like the AKASHA since the day you were born, and this device has always supported you during times of need. After all that time, what do you think you'd become?
A fool? A machine?
A slave to orders. And that's why rules are so important. In addition, those who understand the rules can delineate boundaries and identify gray areas.
But why would you need to identify the gray areas?
You could say that those kinds of ambiguous zones can be very interesting. One might even say they're advantageous in the right hands.
Things you're interested in are really out there. Are all Sumeru scholars like this?
Anyway, that's enough chit-chat.
Grazie.
I'm going to
grazie.
take those two to
Dai.
work on some small projects. You can head to Caravan Rebot and start preparing for the next step.
Abbiamo un pochino di movimento, cose da fare, invece di
Projects?
chiacchierare e basta,
We are
per
going to tinker
favore.
with the AKASHA terminal and make a few modifications.
Perfetto. Ok. Devo ricordarmi che ogni tanto mi scappa sull'altro schermo, quindi devo ricliccare qui sulla finestra. Allora,
I thought we agreed on a plan. How can you go back on your word?
The plan is too radical and carries a high risk for casualties. I've given it a lot of thought. And then
But it's still the best.
I did. And that's how I saw the danger behind these so-called advantages. Al-Haytham's plan is even more radical than I imagined.
Huh? Why are you guys arguing?
My friend, you're just in time. Why don't you help me persuade Sino? He's turned against our plan.
We agreed to work out a plan at the meeting. As mercenaries, you're familiar with the local environment, so you'll take care of the specifics. But then, you went to Al-Haytham for suggestions. Had I known Al-Haytham would give you those kinds of suggestions, I would not have agreed to the
speravo
plan.
di fare un paio
Look,
d'ore
you
di
already know
live,
that we're all on the same side here, don't you?
ma non volevo fare 2 ore di
Mercenaries place a lot of
chiacchiere,
importance on their bonds of
2 ore
friendship,
di lettura di
but also will not
sottotitoli.
hesitate to make sacrifices if they deem the situation to be sufficiently dire.
Però capisco
I'm
anche che
sorry.
essendo comunque
But as
una
things
parte
stand,
importante della
I
quest
can't accept
di
your
questa
principles.
regione ci sia necessità
Seems you really do
di
understand the
settare un
ways
po'
of
il
the
mood
desert.
della cosa.
Traveler, Paimon, this is also something you should know. Ramon's plan is to have me work with the Caravan Rebot guards in my capacity as a Matra. We will arrest the mercenaries and escort them into Sumeru City.
Wait, how can we work with the guards?
Appunto.
We can't get through
Grazie
that wall
Paimon.
easily, remember? Caravan Rebot would never let so many unregistered members of the Eremites enter Sumeru City. My plan will clear us of any possible suspicion, and also let us enter the city as a big group. There is no better way.
That also sounds like something Al-Haytham told you. Am I right?
Doesn't Al-Haytham know how dangerous this plan is?
Of course he does.
Esatto,
He
certo
told
che lo
me.
so.
There is no perfect plan, but this can get the job done. He also said that with the help of Sino and the Traveler, our chance of success would increase significantly. I never blindly trust anyone, and I've always had a good eye for people. I think he made a number of valid points. It's my own choice to trust you.
If I make the arrests alone, I can control myself and prevent you from getting hurt. But I can't guarantee that kind of discipline from the guards. To make the whole thing more convincing, you'll need to resist to some degree.
Ho tanta voglia di menare le mani.
Casualties are
Tanta voglia
inevitable
di
once
menare
push
le
comes to
mani.
shove. I'm okay with the deaths of enemies. But now that we're allies, I'm against the meaningless loss of our own.
Siamo in live, cioè sono cioè posso fare solo
I
il live
can't
da
believe a
26
mantra would
minuti e
actually
credo che almeno
care about us.
23 li
I've
abbiano
lived a
passati a
hard life,
parlare.
and I can say that people like you are hard to come by.
I've always treated my allies with honesty and respect. They have the right to know important things like this.
Now you're making this hard for me.
Hey, is there something we can do to help?
Vabbè, diciamo che posso aiutare e so come farlo, ma non lo so come farlo.
I knew
Ora
you would
vediamo.
say that.
We can help fight some of the mercenaries, which should reduce the number of times you'll have to struggle directly with the guards. That should help at least a little bit.
Ok.
Sino, on behalf of my people, I thank you for your kindness. But this is a mission we cannot turn our backs on. We strongly value the lives of our friends, but the goal we are about to achieve is even more important. We have no fear of casualties, because we crave the spoils of victory. So please, lend us your support. We will show you the determination of us desert dwellers.
Well, now that you've put it that way, I can no longer refuse. But remember,
Dai, ce la possiamo fare. Vi giuro, c'è un attimo de... Dai, su, da
Candace made it
davanti.
very clear that we can only achieve our goals if we can ensure our safety.
Ripeto, è un problema
Since you
mio,
and
nel
I both
senso...
recognize the significance of
mi-
this operation,
Come
there
metterla?
should be
Mi
no more
piacciono tanto i
animosity between the
GDR, mi
followers of
piacciono
the
tanto le
Dendroarchon
storie,
and those of King Deshret.
però ogni
Everyone's
tanto
life
mi
is equally
pesa, tra
important.
virgolette, quando parlano
Okay,
troppo.
you have a deal. Let's do this for our shared dream.
Niente di grave, cioè uno ci passa sopra,
The guard
eccetera.
should be
Però un po'
stationed
mi
in the
dispiace
courtyard
perché, insomma,
nearby. You
28
can find
minuti
them
di
there.
live, facciamo che 25 sono passati così, potrebbe pure annoiare. Io sono preoccupatissima di annoiare, probabilmente lo faccio ogni tanto. Pure coi soldati, dobbiamo parlare pure coi soldati, va bene, ok, non so dove sto andando. Sopra, perfetto. Va bene, chiacchieriamo anche con i
Guards.
soldati.
General Mahamatra! To what do we owe the honor?
Keep your voice down. This is a secret operation. I'm going to arrest a large criminal gang near this location. According to the Academia's Guide and Regulations on Secret Operations, I have the right to ask for the cooperation of Caravan Rebot.
Ah, of course, of course. Mahamatra Sino's order is the Academia's order. Just let us know what you need. But who exactly are you planning to arrest, and how many people are you expecting? Depending on the scale of this operation, we may need to report it to our superiors.
They're a squad of Eremites whose number is comparable to Ain el Akhmar in Port Ormos. They're involved in the theft and resale of supplies from the Academia.
As many as Ain al-Ahmar.
Scusate un
This should
attimo
definitely
il
be
gioco
classified
con
as a joint
l'audio,
operation.
ma
Then I suggest that you report this to your
sono
superiors
sola,
as soon as
non ho il
possible.
mio check,
And treat it as a
quindi
top priority desert operation.
purtroppo devo
I
fare
will need personnel.
Got it. Please wait a moment. I'll
anche
contact them
cose esterne
immediately.
al gioco oggi.
Because this is work. Because I trust you.
Va bene, sai, no, posto.
Paimon can't believe you're still in the mood to chat. This whole thing has Paimon scared stiff. Aren't you even a little worried? What if these guards already know that you have betrayed the Academia and are no longer
Allora,
their general
Paimon,
Mahamatra?
ste cose però non si urlano ai
Even if that guard
420.
doesn't know,
Ok,
their
non,
superiors might,
cioè non
right?
diciamolo ad alta voce che ci sono dei traditori e che stiamo
We
facendo tutto alle
discussed
spalle
this,
dell'Accademia
remember?
perché sì, perché è giusto
The
farlo.
Caravan Rebot operation is of great
Non
importance.
in mezzo ai
But don't
vicoli.
worry. The guards there shouldn't know that Sino has stepped down.
How can you be so sure?
First, the other Matra still don't know why Sino has left, which proves that the Academia has been covering up the matter.
Second, this is a crucial moment for the Academia's God creation plan. If something were to happen to the General Mahamatra, it's bound to attract a lot of unwanted attention. No matter how you look at it, they don't seem interested in sharing the news of Sino's departure.
A reasonable inference. I agree.
Which brings us to our next issue. I'm sure some of you have been wondering if the prediction function of the AKASHA will affect our operation.
The AKASHA is still in operation. so I must remain on high alert. Actually, considering the power of the Akasha, it's quite strange that it hasn't already tried to interfere with my actions.
E questo perché
I've
c'erano i
given
loro
that a lot
piani.
of thought. For now, I don't think you'll need to worry. If you remember, when you first came to Aru village, all your actions and routes were predicted by the Akasha.
Infatti.
It even gave that information to those who kidnapped the village keepers. But things like that never happened again after we met up with the Traveler.
That's true. But why?
Look at it from a different angle. Why do you think the Akasha will predict your actions?
Because my personal data has been entered into the Akasha.
That's true, but the key to this question is, how
Mancava
well can
solo
the
si
Akasha
spegnesse
make
lo
predictions
schermo.
about a person?
Ho
Haven't you
provato a
ever thought
levarlo
about it?
il
Just how can it do this in the first
spegnimento
place?
automatico, non si leva.
Because the Akasha controls the entirety of Sumeru.
The academia firmly believes that all human actions can be explained through logic.
By sorting and analyzing entered data, the Akasha can derive behavioral logic and predict the actions of those who fit an existing logic model. However, at the risk of sounding like an advocate for fallacies, can everyone truly be considered logical at all times? Emotions are part of our behavioral logic, but can you guarantee that every experience of the same joy or pain would be equally intense? How can our feelings and opinions be predictable down to the letter in every single instance? Sino, in the past, you've always worked alone. In the absence of another person who could sway you or your thoughts, the Akasha could produce predictions that were similar to your real-life behavioral principles. Decisive and principled.
Ciao,
You were
grazie
used to
mille
solving
del
problems
follow,
alone.
grazie mille di essere
That's why
passato.
the Akasha could figure you out. But now,
Buona
you've joined the
serata.
team.
Ma
And I
Lady,
believe the
va-
Akasha hasn't yet
non
figured out the full
preoccuparti, Nobara
composition
va
of it.
benissimo
Our
come
thoughts
nick.
and logic have
Un
intermingled
bacione,
and
grazie
weave
mille di
themselves
essere
together to become
passato
a
e di aver guardato con me un
complicated,
po' di
chaotic mess.
chiacchiere.
Any one of us
Grazie
could
davvero.
potentially disagree with another. The Akasha lacks data on these interactions, and it's impossible for it to predict your actions in the future based on your decisions in the past. After all, there's probably a limit to just how much we can be modeled or controlled by data.
Grazie mille.
So, in my opinion, you're probably safe for now.
Makes sense to me. I agree. The Akasha is not alive, and I don't think we can be completely controlled by something without a mind of its own.
Is that so? I guess there are things that even the Akasha cannot calculate, and people will not be forever trapped by the past.
I'm so glad that this is settled.
Io ho un po' meno di
Next
continuare
time,
a chiacchierare,
pay attention during
Paimon.
our meetings.
Will do.
Sarà molto divertente quando dovrò fare. Quando ricaricherò su YouTube e dovrò fare il coso. Dovrò fare i timestamp.
Just remember
Sarà
to
molto
stay
divertente.
vigilant.
Footsteps.
General Mahamatra, we were not expecting your presence here.
Bene,
I'm the
Paimon
security
si
officer of the
spaventa
Grand
peggio di me in
Desert
alcuni
Desert
casi.
District. My name is Luxembourg.
This is my assistant, the Traveler. She will be working with me. The construct next to her is for her work.
Beep. Construct. Beep.
What a great honor to meet you. Your golden hair is as bright as the sun. And, is this the latest technology from the Academia?
Va bene. Nice to meet you too. No, in realtà qua ci sarebbero stati bene 3
Have you made
puntini
a
di
decision
sospensione.
regarding the matter I mentioned to your
A
subordinate?
posto.
It seems to be a dire situation,
Va bene
so of
così.
course you will have our full
A
cooperation.
posto così.
To be perfectly honest, I've always longed to go on a mission with someone as well known as yourself.
There's no need for flattery.
Allora, io ho
Yes,
avuto
sir.
un mezzo
Take
spoiler
your
della
most elite
durata
platoon
di
and
questa
follow me to the
quest.
eastern side of the
Poi
district.
parlerò con chi mi ha dato
We
questo
will carry
mezzo
out the
spoiler
operation there.
perché
Understood.
mi ha detto no vabbè ma se ce
Map.
la fai sono
Hurry, bring the
circa
map.
2 ore di quest, non è, cioè se non devi fare troppa roba sono circa 2 ore di
In
quest.
2 days,
Sì,
we
peccato che
will
un'ora e
engage
mezzo sono
Ramon's
dei
Eremites
son dei
and capture
chiacchiere.
all of them. Any questions about the time
Questa
or
cosa la farò
location?
notare.
None at all, sir.
Ovviamente no, non mi è stato detto
Good.
nulla sulla
See you
quest
then.
in sé. Sulla
Yes, sir.
2 ore e mezza. 2 ore e circa 1 ora e mezza di chiacchiere. Ti prego, voglio
Maybe
ammazzare
hanging around
qualche
the General
Illichurl,
Mahamatra
per
isn't so bad
favore.
after all. Everyone's so respectful towards us.
Scusate.
This is all due to the absolute authority of the Academia. And now, we're going to strike back against that massive pillar of power. Get ready. We will move out in 2 days.
Ce la famo, ce la famo. Dai che ce la famo. Wait until the appointed time, 2 days later. Vai, 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 schippa il tempo, facciamo le cose. 1, 1, 2. The Day After Tomorrow è stato un film che mi ha inquietato tantissimo, devo dire. Gattaccio, tu che dici? Tu che dici, miciozzo? Che hai mangiato, è stata la cena, giusto? Mo vuoi solo dormire nella cuccia, però vuoi stare anche appiccicato. Va bene.
It's time for the operation. Let's go meet Sino in the desert.
Paimon, per cortesia, non essere così allegra. Cioè no, si puoi essere allegra, però abbassa il tono di voce, vai. Meno male che sto con le cuffie perché il rumorino del Sili qua di Sumeru penso che mi avrebbe triggerato i gatti malissimo. Ok.
Look, over there. Our helpers have arrived already.
Non so se sono helper comunque.
Wait a moment.
It's you.
You're my assistant, remember? Being my assistant, you must stay with me. Now let's head over there.
It's General Mahamatra and his assistants.
We meet again.
You're here early.
It's to show how important we think the operation is. Since this is a big case for the Academia, we are prepared to give it our best.
I'm glad to hear your sense of resolve. Remember, we must capture them alive. They are our only leads for the case. If they die, we will be unable to continue the investigation.
Understood.
Everyone! The Eremites are approaching from the west!
Make preparations and be ready for combat.
Sì. Adesso inizierò a sminchiare fortissimo i tasti perché ogni volta che metto male le mani sulla tastiera li sminchio per tipo 10 minuti. Credo tra l'altro che questo sia dopo non so quanti anni il primo gioco che riprendo sul PC.
The Academia has caught wind of your smuggling and illicit sales. If you value your life, I advise you to surrender.
Who are you supposed to be? A Matra from the Academia? I can't believe you came all this way just to catch us.
I'm not here to talk.
Oh. Nobody's given me this much time of day since I became a mercenary. Brothers! For that slight, let's wash our blades with their blood. Let's show them we Eremites are not to be messed with.
Everybody stand back!
Form with the forest! Can't see? I'll uproot you! Time to go. Wind strike! As one with wind and cloud! Form with the forest! One with nature.
Amp it up!
I hear everything.
It's over.
Il caos. Fondamentalmente quando succedono queste cose è il
We have
caos.
subdued them. The operation is now over.
Tra l'altro mi
All
ero
Aramite
scordata
mercenaries
di
and related
levare
personnel in the area have been arrested.
il pin
You
sull'altra.
Bandro Archon dogs! You'll regret this!
I'm afraid you'll regret it first.
King Deshret will curse you, and you will all!
Silence!
Oh,
Restrain them and take them back to Caravan Rebot. Count their numbers and send them to the Academia as instructed by the General Mahamatra.
Yes, sir!
Mi ero scordata che avevo un attimo pinnato l'altra finestra qui sul secondo schermo.
Mahamatra Sino, I will now take my leave.
No, Orfeo,
If
non
you
c'è
need
niente
further
di là.
assistance, please
Mi
come
auguro.
to Caravan
Se ne siamo
Rebot and
fottuti.
ask for me.
Se c'è qualcuno di là
Understood.
siamo fottuti, lo sai,
You are
amore?
dismissed.
There they go.
Let's talk elsewhere.
Io vorrei farvelo vedere, però. Come
This part of the
faccio?
plan went really well.
Yes, things went perfectly.
That's fantastic! And that punch you gave Ramon there sure looked convincing enough.
Once we're done here, I'll return to Caravan Rebot and oversee the group's transport.
Ok.
I promise. I'll get everyone into Sumeru City safely.
Devo trovare il posto per la webcam, che tra l'altro poi sono decentrata pure io, fortissimo, ma ok. Così dovrei essere più centrata. Sono anche bassa. Sì, va bene. Vai, Saino.
You're the
Vai
reason
così.
why everything went so well.
Però posso dire che è
It's not
bello
the
che non
time
mi
to
laggano i
celebrate yet.
comandi perché sono al PC.
I believe Dia should already be
Bello.
waiting for you. Go join up with her. She will need you to
Niente lag
introduce her
del
to
joypad
Tainari.
oggi.
Speaking of which, is it really okay for us not to share the full plan with Tainari? What if he'll feel miffed about it and refuse to work with us?
I have a very close relationship with Tainari. Given how well we know each other, I believe my message alone should be enough to bring him to our side. He knows I won't make jokes about things like this. If we need help, Tainari is the best option. Get ready for the next phase of the plan. Don't keep them waiting.
Allora, ok. Help Sino get 3, ok. Eremita ne credite? Vorrei sapere in che lingua si legge, sinceramente. Bene, tutto fa brodo. Tutto fa
Wherever in
assolutamente
this
brodo.
world I roam.
Dia! We're here!
It's about time. Didn't you say our part of the plan is the most important of all? And here you come rolling in late. In the time it took you to get here, I already did 5 laps around the place, downed 7 drinks, and even did some clothes shopping.
Sorry. We didn't mean to keep you waiting.
I just wanted to fix your attitude and rub it in a little. After all, you took your sweet time getting here, and we've got important stuff to take care of.
You're about to fix your attitude and rub it in a little. After all, you took a... Sorry, the situation was a bit tricky.
I just like seeing that serious look on your face. Alright, I'll stop. All joking aside, I'm glad you're here. Let's get moving and take care of this as soon as possible.
But where should we start?
Our responsibility is to get a status update on the Fatui Harbinger known as the Doctor. We need to make sure he won't get in our way when we rescue Lesser Lord Kusanali. Dealing with an institution that controls all of Sumeru is already hard enough. If the Doctor were to crash the party, it would be next to impossible for us to achieve our goals.
Yeah, we sure don't want him showing up. Ooh, he really gives Paimon the creeps.
Right? Hearing his name just reminds me of those stuffy old geezers in the Academia. I'd rather not have to deal with someone like that.
Ok, scusate, io continuo a dove... Ah, sì. Sto continuando a fare i settaggi con Streamlab di qua, schermo per giocare di qua, smartphone per avere tutti i settaggi della live sullo smartphone e caos, ragazzi, caos. Sempre un caos, uno stramaledettissimo caos. Che famo? Che facciamo? Continuiamo a
According to the
combattere,
plan,
continuiamo a
we should
combattere.
first go to Pardis DI and ask for Forest Watcher Tainari. If all Hatham and Sino's sources are solid, then we can be sure that Tainari still has the Academia's trust. So, we'll find Tainari and convince him to get us the latest intel on the Doctor. Then, depending on what we learn, we'll make any necessary adjustments to our plan. The sages have placed spies everywhere on the other side of the wall. I'll follow you as a bodyguard.
Oh, Deia.
You should be honored. I don't offer my services to just anyone, you know.
But Paimon thought mercenaries would do anything for Mora.
That's certainly true. But when multiple employers are vying for your services, you should always go with the best offer. Let's see. If I were to charge you a bill, I guess I can apply a discount.
How much Mora do you want? I was not sure we could
Paimon,
afford
tu
it.
non puoi mai affordare
how much
niente,
do
ma
I
con
want?
tutti i soldi che abbiamo
Hey,
penso
how
che
about paying me
possiamo
with a smile?
permettercela.
What do you
Lei.
say?
Quanto voglio? Che ne pensi di pagarmi con un sorriso? Che ne dici? Oh, ma che
I haven't seen
carina!
you smiling
Che
much recently.
carina!
If you ask me, someone like you must look lovely when they smile.
Dai che ci stai provando con noi?
Come on, give me a smile so that I can be less worried. Looking good! I hope this pretty smile will become our lucky charm. There are many kinds of smiles, but only a truly joyous one can bring blessings to others. Let's consider this smile a down payment for our future victory.
Allora, dirò una cosa
Let's go.
assolutamente
It's time to pay a visit to Pardis DI.
egocentrica. Io è per questo che cerco di sorridere sempre. Anche all'esterno, anche se le persone non le conosco. Ho dei momenti in cui odio profondamente le persone. Assolutamente sì, non sono una brava persona in questo senso. Il genere umano e io non andiamo d'accordo. Però ci sono dei momenti in cui sorrido perché so che un sorriso magari ti mette in un mood migliore. Quindi capisco Deia, potrei provare a prendere Deia dopo questa cosa. E niente, andiamo avanti, non imbarchiamoci in strane chiacchiere. Andiamo avanti. Vorremmo vedere almeno un pizzico della quest in generale. Tinari, il mio Tinari.
Ah, Traveler, Paimon. And you are?
Hey there.
This is our friend Dia. She's an Aramite mercenary.
A mercenary?
Paimon
you must have
fiera.
some big news for me.
C'ho un pelo di gatto sul... pelo di gatto incastrato con le luci da labbra, raga, è una roba inquietante. Ma proprio tanto inquietante. Tinari, we want to ask you about something.
It's something really important. Please help us out.
All right, then follow me. This place is better. We won't be disturbed by any passerby. Okay, what is this important thing you want to ask me?
Hai mai incontrato Dottore?
The doctor, huh?
He's that strange-looking Fatui Harbinger with the mask. Paimon thinks he has blue hair.
Yes, I know him. Actually, he left Pardis DI just a little while ago.
He left already?
Yeah, he came looking for me.
Can I ask what it was about? Sorry to ask you like this after having just met, but your answer is very important to us. For now, all we can share with you is that your friend Sino is working with us.
Sino, you say? I see. So that's why he hasn't been at the academia.
Bello.
Okay. I will answer your questions and will assist you any way I can.
Che bello prendersi un colpo perché parte...
Sino's name really does work wonders. You're not even a little worried that
l'altoparlante di Amazon di cui se dico il nome parte fortissimo a tutti quelli che ascoltano ascolteranno questa live. Ho i promemoria e ogni tanto partono molto a caso, cioè no a caso, giustamente all'orario in cui è, però mi fanno prendere un colpo
The harbinger you mentioned came to me because he wanted to take the scholar Hypatia away with him.
Hypatia? Why would he want her?
Hypatia, why would he want her?
What do you
Vabbè,
mean
grazie
by
che
take
vuole
away?
lei.
Is he planning to leave Sumeru?
Yes. He told me his return to Snezhnaya is imminent. So you mean... you're leaving this place soon?
Indeed. Otherwise, we could have perhaps talked a little more. I was just about to set out when I remembered something important. To that end, I made a final trip to Pardis Di. Let me ask, have you been taking care of a scholar by the name of Hypatia?
Your sources are accurate. No doubt because you recruited many informants. But you're right. Hypatia has indeed been receiving treatment from me.
Forgive me for asking, but how's the treatment coming along?
Given the way you're asking, I assume you have something to say.
Since you asked, I'll be frank. I would like to take Hypatia to Snezhnaya.
It's incredibly difficult to transfer a patient. As a scholar yourself, shouldn't you at least be aware of this?
Oh? I can't believe your utter lack of faith in me, to the point of even questioning my general level of knowledge. How unbefitting.
Well, you're the only one who's ever made such a request.
I have my ways of keeping her safe during the journey. In addition, I can also promise that under my care, Hypatia will receive the most advanced and effective treatment. I will personally supervise her treatment and see to her recovery. Would that be agreeable to you?
Hypatia was born in Sumeru and remains a scholar of the academia. Her situation has not become dire enough to necessitate her transfer to another nation. Transporting her to Snezhnaya is risky, and the potential benefits are unknown. As the person currently responsible for her treatment, I cannot possibly sign off on this transfer. Your suggestion is rude and reckless. I'll pass. I don't know much about the doctor, but after talking with him, I realized that, just like many other scholars, he possesses an aura of arrogance that I've come to detest. It's not so much that he's looking down on others, but more that he's so confident in himself and his abilities, to a point of near insanity. I would never refer a patient to someone like him.
Ok, un pochino meglio. Do you think he'll just give up on her?
I prepared myself for a protracted battle of wits, and was really surprised to see him just give up on the topic. Still, his reaction really
dottore che
concerned me.
sgancia così la questione sinceramente non mi torna. Che se io voglio combattere contro cosa? Voglio combattere contro Balladir. E, oddio, però è un altro vento. Che palle. Quando lo metteranno vorrei provare a prenderlo, però è l'ennesimo animo e... Sono in mancanza d'acqua adesso, non di animo.
Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't just let you off the hook like this. But unfortunately, I'm in a hurry today, what with Her Most Noble Majesty the Tsaritsa calling for our return. Luckily, there is still some time left for me to take care of everything before I leave. It's just as the Academia said, you're a responsible and gifted scholar. Sadly, even with all of that, you're still lacking a bit of shrewdness.
And that's
Certo,
also why people like you can never
però
realize that
proprio
sooner
oggi
or
deve essere
later,
il giorno del doppio
everyone must
promemoria.
pay the
Perfetto.
price for what they've learned.
Dai. Possiamo farcela.
Paimon can't help but feel like he's hinting at something unpleasant.
He asked a question, yet didn't care for my answer. Perhaps I'm nothing but a talking rock in his eyes. He never came off as malicious, but an utter lack of compassion permeated throughout our conversation. From his tone, I can sense that he's always looked down on others.
I can't believe he's actually living
I can
Sumeru.
barely believe it myself. But if that's true, the situation will be in our favor.
Speriamo.
I don't think I missed any details. Frankly speaking, I don't want you to do anything too risky. Now that you know a little more, it should be easier for you to stay safe.
Sorry,
Grazie,
we can't tell you
Dinari.
everything. We appreciate that you helped us anyway. I won't forget your kindness.
It's okay. I have an obligation to do so. To be perfectly honest, all of this may have started because of me.
Che senso, Dinari?
Recently, my master wrote several letters to me, asking me to return to the academia and assist him with his research.
E tu hai sempre rifiutato?
Hasn't he already asked you several times before?
Yes, but there's something off about this most recent batch of letters.
Ah, ok, va
The
bene.
handwriting and tone are both familiar, but some details have been omitted. My master will occasionally leave a few dots on the back of the letter. 1 dot means that he wrote the letter on a sunny day, and 3 dots stand for a rainy day. This has been a habit of his for many years, but I didn't find any dots in his recent letters. I believe something may have happened to him.
I get it. Since you are always at Jnagarbhaville, you would like me, someone already working at the academia, to investigate this matter, right?
I'd like to ask you to do that for me. If you can keep yourself safe, please withdraw immediately at the first hint of danger.
I can do that, but I have a feeling it won't be that simple. The academia has been working on a big project. I'm not quite sure what it is, but your master might be involved with it. If the higher-ups really are hiding something, then it will be difficult to remove myself from the situation once the investigation starts. If the situation becomes critical, I'll leave the academia. If you don't see me there for an extended period, that's your cue.
No.
All right.
Sai,
We've
no,
got a
non
plan.
dire così.
I'll stay at Jnagarbhaville to support you.
If that scenario comes to pass, you must be extra vigilant. And be wary of any messages or direct requests from the academia.
I must say, I didn't expect a warning like this from the General Mahamatra.
Being loyal to the academia doesn't mean blindly doing whatever the sages say.
Dai.
I know what I'm doing. On that note, aren't you also being quite distrustful of your alma mater?
The academia, yes, but my master is a man of integrity. Even when I was a student, I was worried he'd get in trouble for sticking to his beliefs. I suppose he's lucky to have lasted so long. But in the end, it still caught up to him.
I see. So you noticed something was up with the academia from the very beginning.
This may well be how Sino became involved in all this. In that case, I must keep my promise and help you however I can. Also, if you run into Sino again, please help me pass on a message to him. Trust your own senses and experiences. I think
Questa è
this
una
may
cosa che
be
io non
something
potrei
he
mai
needs to
fare
hear
perché
right
ho la
now.
memoria di un criceto o di un pesce rosso, più di un pesce rosso. Se qualcuno mi dice ricordati
Thanks.
questa cosa, io
Right.
me la scordo
Now let's go hunt down
nel
this
momento stesso in
harbinger.
cui me l'ha detta.
Oh, by the way, which way did the
Infatti
doctor
per
go
studiare
when
un
he left
caos.
Paradis DI?
È sempre un caos per ricordarmi le cose.
Gotcha.
Tranne
Thanks so
alcune.
much. We'll be on our way.
Poi se mi ricordo, cioè Se ho un buon ricordo ce l'ho anche abbastanza preciso. Però se mi dicono, ah, mi raccomando, ricordati questa cosa qua e dimmela tra 2 minuti. No, guarda, segnatela perché non sono la persona giusta per te.
According to Tainari, the doctor is leaving Sumeru soon. I want to check if the doctor was actually telling the truth. He also said that he'll take care of everything before he leaves. What did he mean by that? We need to be extra careful when dealing with a person like him. Just to be safe, let's chase him and see what we find.
But we have no idea where he went! How can we start chasing him?
We'll do it the mercenary way. I'll find leads as we go. All you have to do is just follow me. That Harbinger may have tried to cover his trail, but he still left some traces.
Sei attivo, no?
Or perhaps he never even thought about concealing his whereabouts. Maybe that's just how arrogant he really is.
Perfetto, allora, facciamo così. Facciamo così, ragazzi, mi dovete dare un minuto, io devo andare in bagno. E torno subito. Un minuto di stop. Arrivo. Eccomi. E cuffie. Ok. Ci siamo. Io mi devo mettere, come al solito, scomoda sulla sedia perché sennò non sto tranquilla.
Yep, we're headed in the right direction. The traces are still fresh, but there's no sign of his entourage. Clearly they're in a hurry.
Arrivo. Aspetta un attimo, che mi servono le cose, mi servono le monete di Sumeru per l'albero. Ah, vabbè, era pure qui vicino. Per il grosso cipollone, in realtà. Almeno è un gioco che non ti fa storie se ti fermi un attimo con il PNG che ti segue o che stai seguendo e fai un'altra cosa per un secondo. Questo qui c'è da dirglielo.
We can stop here. I think I know where the doctor went. To the south of here is Port Ormos. which seems to be where they're headed.
Port Ormos? They're going to leave by boat?
That's right. Let's go to the port and have a look for ourselves.
Va bene, andiamo al porto. Scusa, Port Ormos, no? Sta qua giù. Che vuol dire che Jnezaya, scusate, pronunce strane. Oh, è su. Perché sì. Da Port Ormos o è su o la metteranno giù. Giusto, no? Perché qua c'è tutto il fiume che segue. Qua volendo ci possono essere degli impicci, però a giri qua, qui c'è una cascata. Nel caso risali su da qui, a meno che queste non siano altre cascate. Se qua è tutto bloccato da cascate, tecnicamente Jnezaya sarà giù, quindi in quest'area grossa qua, o deve circumnavigare, anche se Jnezaya io pensavo fosse, la mettessero il più a nord possibile. Vabbè, comunque. E 910 metri non me li faccio. Proprio per niente. Esistono i teletrasporti e noi prendiamo il teletrasporto. Che belli i viaggi rapidi, li amo. Faccio un butto? Sì, mi butto.
Follow the wind.
Paimon, urlalo! Posto.
Shh! Don't draw their attention. The port is crawling with Fatui soldiers.
Let's keep going and see what we can find.
Now this is a proper farewell ceremony for a Snezhnayan Harbinger.
The Lord Harbinger is leaving. I've still only seen him once or twice.
I used to hold a position in our homeland, and back then, the doctor spoke in a very different way from the way he speaks now. Maybe the way people talk in Sumeru has rubbed off on him. It's always like that when you spend too long away from home. When he gets back to Snezhnaya, perhaps it will also take him some time to get used to the life there again.
Huh? But, sir, that can't be right.
No, I remember it like it was yesterday. Both his expressions and tones are now very different. Also, for some reason,
Stanno
he
per
seems
beccare
like he's
tutti in una maniera veramente
smiles.
orrenda. Se non se ne accorgono abbiamo un problema.
Nobody's supposed to look happy when they're on a business trip.
Dai, come fai a non vedere una tizia che sta camminando così?
The doctor is on that boat.
Perfetto.
So he told the truth after all. He is actually leaving Sumeru. Let's get closer and find a place to hide so we can observe him. This place will do. We can hide here while we keep an eye on the boat.
Non voglio farmi assolutamente domande.
Uh-oh. He saw us.
Grazie al cielo che ci ha visto. E su, ragazze.
Huh? Is he waving at us?
It's time to say goodbye.
Wait, is he the only person on the boat?
You mean there's nobody with him?
And where are all the soldiers we saw on the port just now?
They were all here just a few minutes ago, but now they've vanished.
So this was a trap. Wait, don't tell me that.
Da che ci siete arrivate?
Luckily, there is still some time left for me to take care of everything before I leave.
Oh no. They might be after Apasia. Let's get back to Party's DI.
Huh? What do you mean?
I'm afraid that she's seen something that she wasn't supposed to see. If I were the Fatui, I would also try to take her away. And if I couldn't...
Oh no! Are you saying they're going to kill her?
Sort of.
Let's go!
Sort of. Infatti era abbastanza palese che The Doctor avesse un piano, perché non sgancia, una personalità del genere non sgancia così una cosa che vuole, non può.
Pardes Dei is not a place you Fatui can just show up and do as you please.
I believe we've already made ourselves quite clear. Our superior gave us permission to search for and collect medicinal herbs in Pardes Dei for research purposes.
But you've been in Sumeru for some time already. I find it coincidental that you chose to only come here today.
Even the Grand Sage himself may not have the right to question our research, much less an ordinary scholar like yourself. I've done my duty to inform you. Don't make things difficult for yourself.
It would seem that my words have fallen on deaf ears. You can keep trying to deny it, but coming to Pardes Dei now? I'm pretty sure you're not just looking for herbs.
With all due respect, your baseless speculations will only lead to unnecessary trouble.
Well, you only have your Harbinger to blame. He knows nothing about keeping a low profile. I may be staying at Pardes Dei as a scholar, but that doesn't mean I'm no longer a forest watcher. It is still my duty to protect the peace and safety of the scholars.
Tinari, lo dai al mio di tirare quell'arco,
Then
per
it seems
favore.
our conversation has hit an impasse.
No one will lay a hand on you, Hypatia. Not on my watch.
Finali, are you alright?
I'm fine.
These Fatui have really crossed the line. Time to teach him a lesson.
There's no use resisting! Give us Hypatia!
Keep dreaming!
Yeah, Finali, beat him up!
Into the wind!
Let's light it up!
Enshroud!
You need to hurry up! The doctor's orders are absolute!
Yeah? You've been someone's lapdog for so long that you don't know anything
vabbè.
else now.
Pure l'assassin.
Send this quickly!
That hurts! Shred till I'm dead! Teamwork is dreamwork!
As one with wind and cloud!
One with the forest! We're not
Pensavo
getting
peggio.
anywhere. Traveler, Paimon, please go to Hypatia. We need to make sure they don't try to sneak around and attack from behind.
Got it!
Pensavo un pelo peggio l'assassin.
Hypatia's still here. Doesn't look like anyone's broken in.
Dai, è un'illusione. Non è Hypatia. Ok, va bene.
Well, how is she? Oh, that's good.
No, a me tutta questa situazione non sta convincendo per niente, appunto.
So, you think this is over?
Balladeer.
What? The Balladeer is here?
I've missed that look of abject horror. You've given me that look every time we meet.
But, where is he?
I can hear all of your thoughts, you know. Don't you remember? I already saw you the first time you came to Pardes Dei and made contact with Hypatia. I didn't need to do anything. It is her honor to be able to connect her consciousness with me.
Who are you talking to? It can't be the Balladeer, right? That's impossible.
Paimon,
I know
non è
you
il
must be
momento.
curious. I might as well tell you that I decided to enter Hypatia's consciousness the moment I sensed your touch. I wanted to observe you on a fool's errand.
Hey, Traveler!
My deification is nearly complete.
All that's left now are just some final details. Do you understand? Even if you manage to rescue Lesser Lord Kusanali, it will be impossible for you to defeat a bona fide god like me. Is it wise to force that childlike god into a divine battle against me? Scholars consider the God of Wisdom to be the sum total of their faith. It's how they can justify reverence for a god as they construct it. But this also shows that humanity's worship of gods is a combination of blasphemy and exaltation. It's truly laughable. Yes. What is it? Yeah, I'm in a good mood, which is why I'm talking to you like this. What do you mean?
È bravo Traveler, in effetti è ottimo.
Those words almost make you sound like a friend who actually cares. But you're wrong.
È ottimo fare leva su una...
I was born to become a god.
Suo ego,
My entire life up until this point has just been a meaningless routine. Just think about a sheet of paper. By itself, it holds no meaning. The content recorded on it is what gives it value. All I had recorded down before were some painful memories and boring human feelings. Such senseless drivel should have been erased a long time ago. Indeed, to me, the sight of you fools in your futile struggles is far more amusing. Tell me, just what has this world done for you to protect it with such zest and conviction? I'm connected to your consciousness, so I can hear what you're thinking, and sense the depth of your determination. This is a good conversation we're having. So here's a word of advice. Let go of your misguided guardian complex. You know nothing about the truth. It'll be for your own good, as well as everyone else's. Humans are a species that can only find bliss in ignorance.
If that's truly what you believe, why did...
Giusto. You've seen my affection for her.
Giusto.
If you were in my position,
Va bene, allora.
I think you'd feel the same way.
Troppi silenzi, leggo pochissimo, però se sistemo, però per la prossima live di Genshin queste cose ci penso e le correggo, scusate.
All gods need followers. So Hypatia has been chosen. Her appearance heralds my imminent arrival at the throne of divinity. While her worship shall become
davvero devo
my glory.
ricontrollare, poi se nei silenzi si sente troppo la ventola del PC.
You're doubting me
un po'
again.
paurina di queste
No
cose.
matter. Soon, you'll know what kind of authority you're challenging.
If you truly cherish your follower, you should protect her from harm.
Who wants to hurt my devout follower?
It seems that the doctor does not wish for her to stay in Sumero and continue receiving treatment here. Isn't that a little suspicious?
The doctor wants to hurt my first follower?
Doesn't that make you mad?
How very amusing. Has anyone ever told you that you're not good at sowing discord? The doctor has never known his place. Even now, the puny human thinks himself capable of interfering in the business of the new god. You're still too naive if you think a few words will be enough to convince me to destroy the doctor. But I'm willing to give you a gift, just like my expression of affection towards Hypatia. It is an honor for you to be able to stand here and speak with me. As my listener, you will be rewarded.
That look on your face, what are you planning?
Both good things and bad things can be called gifts. After all, gods have never needed to be reasonable.
Aspetta che qui c'è...
Paimon hears thunder!
Thunder? Could it be the Balladeer?
That person Paimon couldn't see was the Balladeer? Oh, he sure chatted with you for a while.
He's become milder, but somehow even more deranged.
Where is the storm headed?
It can be... Is the Balladeer using the noses to change the weather?
That means anyone outside is in danger! Let's go! Tighnari and Dia still must be fighting!
Ok, io spero che nel caso in cui arrivi tipo la boss fight di Balladeer, poi non ci sia tutto questo pezzo da rifare, perché raga, quando metteranno lo skip sarà sempre troppo tardi.
Have the Fatui retreated?
Tighnari and Della are over here.
Hey,
Right
what
there.
happened to you?
He's hurt.
I'm fine.
Tighnari?
Don't move. I've seen eremites get struck by lightning before. You need to rest.
Struck by lightning?
We were fighting, and just as things started looking grim, the weather suddenly became extremely strange. Lightning started attacking everyone, almost as if it were alive. Luckily, there were only 2 of us, and both of us were nimble enough to dodge most of the strikes. There were a lot of Fatui, though, and they were being torn to shreds by the bolts of lightning.
With that, all the Fatui soldiers were forced to retreat.
Your wound.
It's all right. My wound aside, you look like you've seen something unpleasant.
Piccolo Tighnari.
Is Hypatia all right?
Sì, è uno dei miei personaggi preferiti. You look like... She's okay for now, but I want to tell you something.
Hey,
Che sta morendo Tighnari, magari glielo dici dopo, no?
Just in case. Let's go to Hypatia's place and talk about things there.
As by a god's side. Questo è il mio di Tighnari. Questo è il mio Tighnari. Ok. Tra l'altro è più o meno lo stesso tempo che c'è qui adesso.
Thank goodness she's fine.
Hey, how about taking care of yourself first?
I understand my condition. The wound is not fatal. I'll be all right.
Ugh. The more you understand medicine, the worse of a patient you become.
I know. I always think
No,
that
questa era carina, cucciola di una Paimon. Questa era carinissima.
Oh, he sat down.
Let me rest for a bit. Sorry, traveler. Now you may start.
So that's what you were talking to the Balladeer about? Oh, Paimon can't believe what he's thinking.
The Academia's God creation plan. How ridiculous.
Sarebbe da dare una botta a Tighnari qua dietro e stenderlo.
Ambitious, I guess.
Intanto noi finiamo tutto il resto e lui si
this is all
ripiglia.
way beyond me.
Sono più grugniti che altro.
As long as I can enjoy every day with a drink in my hand, tasty food in my stomach, and a good night's rest, that's enough. I'll only work when I have to. I must be the least ambitious person who's ever set foot in Party's DI.
Don't say that. I haven't even thanked you for your help back there.
Don't mention it. Well, if nothing else, all this proves that the doctor really did have some urgent matter to attend to and left Sumeru in a hurry.
Yeah, and I also have a theory. I think the Balladeer is the reason why the doctor is targeting Hypatia. Her consciousness connected to the Balladeer and she has seen his past.
Maybe the Fatui want to cover up some secret of the Balladeer. Is that why they tried to seize Hypatia?
You said The balladeer claimed that Hypatia has seen his past. So, what could be there?
For now, I'm still not really sure.
Have you noticed? The balladeer is not happy with the doctor's actions. He thinks the doctor has no right to consider himself as his equal.
So, if the doctor was to show up again, would the balladeer zap him with lightning?
Based on what the traveler has said,
Potrebbe.
I think he would. Having the doctor gone benefits him as well as
Infatti
us.
potrebbe.
In other words, we've successfully completed this stage of the plan. The doctor is out of the picture now.
Yay! That's a big accomplishment!
I'm also happy for you.
Thank you for the help, Tainari. Make sure you rest up for now.
Yes, please do get some rest.
Yeah. All right.
Una roncolata qua dietro, lo stendi un attimo, cioè, o lo finisci di far fuori. Quando fanno così, solo in questo modo si mettono a riposo. Wait until the agreed time. Sbagliato. Perché? No, no. Sig. Il Gran Bazar è qui. È una errand. Fondamentalmente la fine dell'arco di Naida è una errand. Potrebbe avere senso o meno. Ah sì, è qua dentro. Credo. Ho sbagliato strada. No, non ho sbagliato strada, ho sbagliato piano, più che strada. E siamo tornati dall'altro chiacchierone della situazione. Ciao, Lightham.
How did everything go? Any luck with your missions?
Let's report back one by one. I'll start first. We've made the necessary modifications to the AKASHA terminal. In addition, the props required are also ready.
I'll go next. The Traveler and I went to Party's DI. The situation was a bit complicated, but we found Tainari. Unfortunately, he was wounded during a fight.
Who was behind it?
Well, that's the tough part. What should I say, Traveler? The Fatui or the Balladeer?
Let's go with the Balladeer.
After some back and forth, we confirmed that the doctor has left Sumeru by boat. He has something urgent to attend to back in Snezhnaya. So, we've successfully removed the doctor from the picture. Also, Tainari's already resting, so he'll be okay.
Good.
Oh, Tainari also asked us to tell you this message. Trust your own senses and experiences.
Grazie, Paimon, io mi ero già scordata di questo pezzo.
All right. I'll remember that.
Grazie.
Everything also went smoothly on my side. The Eremites should have arrived at their destination by now. To avoid alerting the quarry, they will stay there for now.
I can't believe you actually got so many Eremites into Sumeru City.
It's all thanks to Rahman and his brave team, as well as their bold strategy.
It appears to have been very effective. I'm glad to hear it. Well, is that everything? Okay, this meeting is adjourned.
Huh? Wait, you mean that's it?
Well, what else is there to discuss?
Shouldn't you end with some words of encouragement? You know, to fire us up now?
Personally, I'd rather we all go home
Lei
and
da
get some
abituati,
rest.
te lo chiederemo ogni volta.
I'll hate them. Ugh.
Oh, and if you wanted someone to say something to that effect, then I must reiterate that I'm here to strategize and not to lead. So you should find someone more suitable to do that.
But I thought all of you academia big shots were great speakers.
Then I should remind you that I'm the scribe.
I know that. So what?
A scribe is responsible for recording meetings, not speaking.
Fine, whatever. Well, Sino doesn't seem to be much of a talker either. I guess that leaves it to my employer.
Employer?
Yep, the Traveler hired me.
She asked for a smile as her payment.
That's right. So come on, boss. What do you have to say for the team?
Yeah, say something to boost morale.
Let me think.
What are you all doing here? Oh, it's Nilu! Hey, everyone. I'm not disturbing you, am I?
Not at all. I was actually just about to go find you.
Judging from the group and all your serious faces, you were discussing something important, weren't you? But you also look like you're up to no good. Seems pretty interesting.
Welcome, Nilu. Would you like to join us?
Huh? Join you? You mean you also want to discuss something important
Picciola
with
Nilu,
me?
piccolina.
Yes. Something
Dai,
very
non è così
important.
strano, sei comunque
Nilu,
forte, cioè nel
Are
senso
there
hai una
any
skin
breaks in your performance
personalizzata.
schedule in the upcoming days?
Questo ti fa risultare come uno dei protagonisti del gioco.
You're seriously inviting me?
Questo sono più o meno io quando qualcuno da cui non mi aspetto neanche un minimo di rapporto, cioè giusto la conoscenza, mi fa così. Sì, sì,
You are truly
questo
the
sono io.
bravest and most passionate people of Sumeru, well, that I've ever met.
Però questo non lo direi mai.
Right. The Traveler and Paimon are not from Sumeru, but you are awesome as well. That's right. I must admit that I'm a little scared, but I'll try my best for Lesser Lord Kusanali. If I can somehow use my abilities to help you, then count me in.
Remember, believe in yourself.
Okay. I'll get my friends at the Grand Bazaar to help us tomorrow.
Just remember not to say too much. Be discreet.
Yep, you got it.
All the preparations are done. Now, can we finally conclude this meeting?
Yay, tomorrow we are going to save a god.
So, have you thought up what you'd like to say, boss?
It's hard to believe everything that has happened till now, and our action will bring a change to many things tomorrow.
Yep, it's a grand plan and we're all super awesome.
That's right, so just get a good night's sleep, everyone.
Well said. A good night's rest before an operation can be the difference between success and failure.
Thankfully, I've had my place to myself recently. It's been nice and quiet.
E quindi noi verremo tutti a dormire da te. Guarda,
Nothing.
Povero Ciccio.
Meno
male no.
So we can be up early tomorrow. Okay. So I guess that means it's time to say goodnight now. Yep! Good night, everyone!
Mannaggia Paimon. Ogni tanto c'ha degli acuti che in cuffia sono una cosa allucinante. Ok. No, mi sbaglio sempre. Mi sono già dimenticata l'orario. Tra le 8 e le 12 del giorno successivo. Ok, quindi Andiamo, Paimon, andiamo. Basta
Hello, you
chiacchiere.
two. Sleep well?
Not really. Paimon got too nervous thinking about today and didn't fall asleep until the sun was almost up. What about you all, Hatham?
Naturally, I slept just fine. After all, a good rest should be considered part of the plan, since energy is an important resource.
You just want to show off how calm you are.
It's crucial to dissipate any tension before we execute our plan.
The only thing you're doing is being annoying.
Anyway, do you need me to go over the game plan again?
In realtà no, non mi interessa ripassarlo, ma
Our
vabbè.
target is
just in
Grand Sage
case.
Azar's office. Everyone in the Academia knows that's where the Grand Sage's console is. Only they can operate it. Many restricted commands and operations are executed via that console. I'm sure that console has a way to free Lesser Lord Kusanali.
You know, Paimon's been thinking, what kind of technology could let the sages imprison even a god?
That isn't something they could have accomplished with their scholarly talents alone. In the Sanctuary of Suristhana, there's a device of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's that she once used to isolate herself while meditating. 500 years ago, the Grand Sage at the time modified the device so that it can no longer be controlled from the inside. They're effectively trapping one god with the power of another.
So, how are we gonna get to the Grand Sage's office?
Don't forget, today is Jnagarbha Day, arguably the most important day to
Va
the
bene.
Academia.
Sì,
The
mi fido
sages
di
and
voi.
core Academia personnel are busy loading the latest batch of research developments and legal decrees into knowledge capsules so that they can be entered into the AKASHA. All the Darshan's researchers have their noses to the grindstone, and the Academia's grounds are flowing with all sorts of people. It's the perfect time for an infiltration. When the Grand Sage leaves his office to supervise the entering process, that's our cue to access the console and free the Dendro Archon. Well, yes. That's just the visible side of our plan, after all. If precedence holds, the Academia should have already started preparing for Jnagarbha Day.
Everyone should be in position. All that's left is for us to lead the charge.
Anche meno Paimon, sempre anche un
Let's
filo
go.
meno. Ce la possiamo fare? Possiamo andare?
So are we just gonna walk in through the front door, or...?
Yes. Were you expecting a stealthy
No, non è il
approach?
mio tipo di approccio, ti prego, no. No, no.
I can't think of a good comeback.
Ti prego, non è il mio tipo di approccio. Fammi entrare dalla porta principale. Poi sbracco tutti.
Time to go.
Scribe? Please, wait. Are you Scribe Alhaitham?
That's me. Is something the matter? I'm in a hurry.
No. I was just surprised to see you here. I had heard that the sages were looking for you not long ago, but I didn't know what for. And, also, please don't bring outside guests into the Academia.
This isn't looking good.
Outside guests? How did you arrive at such a conclusion? Your groundless inference shames the Haravatat Darshan.
What did you say? I'm the top student in Haravatat, and I earned third
Che bello
place at
quando
the last
toccano i
Inter-Darshan
tastini per
debate.
far arrabbiare la
Don't look down on
gente.
me.
Che
That
bello.
wasn't my intention. As your Haravatat senior, I just assumed that you possessed a greater aptitude for critical thinking. Look, based on what you already know, the purpose of my return and the reason they're here should be obvious.
Is that so? Wait a moment. Let me
L'ha
think.
tiltato.
Don't tell me
L'ha
the answer.
tiltato
The
fortissimo.
sages search for you,
Grande,
A
grande
blonde-haired
Alaita.
traveler, outside guests. So, from the start, the sages weren't looking for you, but this traveler? And you were gone from the academia for so long because...
Hey, shh. Yes, you've proven yourself as the top student in Haravatat. I surmise you've arrived at the correct conclusion.
As I expected. Please, forgive me. I wasn't thinking clearly just now. Thank you for getting me back on track.
Comunque stanno fuori.
It's nothing. We'll be on our way then.
I tizi dell'Accademia stanno
All right.
fuori pesantemente.
Thank you for your
con un
contributions to
balcone.
the academia, scribe.
What the heck just happened now? What did he just guess?
I'm afraid I don't know either.
You have no idea?
Ha bleffato, ci ha bleffato
He
malissimo.
convinced himself of whatever truth he came up with. That is the so-called pride of a scholar. If someone questions their academic facility, they will instantly feign understanding to keep up appearances.
Sei un
Nowadays,
maledetto genio.
the academia is
Bleffare,
rampant for
bleffare
this type
sempre
of
quando si
scholar.
può.
Their obvious farces of intellect only serve to highlight themselves as fools.
Wow. So there are special ways to deal with smart people. We don't even need to make up our own excuses.
We shouldn't waste any more time. It would be problematic if we missed our window of opportunity. Let's go.
Prima o poi potrò esplorarla un po' l'Accademia così, a caso. Penso di sì, ci saranno forzieri, segreti, achievement. Spero di riuscire ancora a fare qualcosa in
Is this the
mezz'ora.
Academia's library?
Purtroppo fino alle 8:30 stasera.
Indeed.
Vabbè, comunque nel caso.
Known as the
continuiamo
House of
domani.
Dana, it is quite possibly the
O
most
lunedì.
extensive special collections library in Tavad.
Speriamo che in mezz'ora, cioè 2 ore di
There are a lot of
chiacchiere,
students going through here. Is it
potevano
really okay just to waltz
risparmiarcele.
right in?
The Academia marches to a fast beat, especially since it's Jnagarbha Day. They're all occupied with their own matters. Just act natural. Now, hurry along.
Grazie. Oh no. Oh no. Oh. È la mia che ho totalmente debildato quando ho settato Kasua.
What's this platform for?
It's a lift that Academia personnel use to access higher floors.
Are we gonna take it then? The Grand Sage's office is up there somewhere.
No, not right now. We can't guarantee that we won't run into the Great Sage. Let's step back and observe for now.
You think the Grand Sage will exit from there? And
No,
after he does, we'd sneak past him? Oh, Paimon
Non ho
thinks that's really
capito, stavo
dangerous.
indicando una pianta.
Who knows?
Belle le
However, if we
inquadrature.
can confirm Azar's current location, our operation will be much safer if we...
Allow me to offer you a hint. If you wish to know his location, look behind you.
Bastard.
You're... What's Grand Sage Azar doing here?
Do not tell me you believed the Academia would not grow suspicious of you after such a prolonged absence, scribe. An eyewitness had informed me of your whereabouts, so I came to personally welcome you.
Great Sage, I didn't expect you to care so much about me. I'm truly flattered.
I'm sure, But compared to you, I am far more interested in these two unexpected guests. You are the Traveler and Paimon, correct? It's a pity that only now have I been afforded the opportunity to formally meet two of Sumeru's most esteemed guests. I do apologize for my lack of decorum.
It's not too late for you to stop.
Excellent. You immediately initiated discussion instead of attempting to prepare some perfunctory excuse. You clearly understand the situation at hand, and have no intention of making a reckless stand. The foot traffic here renders this place unsuitable for discussion. Please, follow me to my office.
This place is crawling with guards. There's no way out for us.
All right then, Traveler. What did you wish to discuss with me? Today is Jnagarbha Day, so I still have many responsibilities to attend to. There is little time for idle chit-chat before I detain you all. You seem to know quite a bit about our endeavors. If that is so, then you should be praising our great work, rather than using your trivial misgivings in a futile attempt to sway me.
Trivial?
Then tell me, what do the Fatui want from me?
Maybe benefits of some kind?
Worthless. Those are all completely worthless. Benefits, divine power. These materialistic words do nothing but debase our great work. Creating a god. Yes, we are using human wisdom to create
adesso dopo questa, cioè,
if humanity cannot attain
è il momento di affrontare
then we
boss.
shall create a god to reveal them. This is the pinnacle of... We shall regain a god's guidance at long last. No longer will we flounder in the interminable void of consciousness and knowledge. Even Ermin's soul will be freed from its plight. For our nation of scholars, this is the ultimate aspiration.
You're still relying on a god.
You will never understand the rapture of having a god be born within your very hands. With your degree of knowledge, you cannot even comprehend such an emotion.
It's not like Sumeru didn't already have a god of its own.
Exist on a plane that far eclipses humanity's. Lesser Lord Kusanali. What can she even do? Care for the people? Fend off sandstorms? Fabricate silly fairy tales? These are but child's play for the Academia. Does that make us equal to the gods?
Posso entrare nel gioco e prendere a carezze molto molto forti questo tizio.
Though I may have personally not seen it, our forefathers bore witness to true wisdom.
No, seriamente, cioè, entro, lo accarezzo molto 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 forte e la smette di dire stronzate.
With that in mind, it is better to keep her isolated in the sanctuary of Surasthana, so our academy will not become embroiled in turmoil.
What a pathetic justification! Do you really think that only the super smart or powerful should be able to call themselves gods?
No, credo... Scusate un secondo, mi sono frizzata perché sto sentendo dei rumori dall'altra parte. Però è solo fuori, magari. Questi sono i bei problemi di stare da sola con dei gatti che si triggerano per qualunque cosa e io poi mi cago sotto. C'è poco da fare. The arrogance of the
As per your judgment, Grand Sage,
They are
Paura, si
indeed
stanno
dangerous
raccogliendo l'immondizia
individuals.
fuori oggi è vetro.
Not
Che
only are they acting
paura!
against the academia, but their ideologies have the potential to lead scholars astray. Looks like there really was merit in my assignment.
Oh, Hatham? Are you talking about us?
Anyway, I've brought them to the academia as ordered, but it took some time and trouble. Oh, that reminds me. Here's the investigation report you had requested. It's a summary of my time spent with the Traveler, an array of information about her ready for your perusal.
Oh, Hatham! So you're still on the Academia's side! We finally started to trust you!
Item. You.
Excellent. Detailed contents with no errors. I would expect nothing less than an immaculate report from the
Questa cosa
sky.
non mi torna. Cioè, è troppo banale.
As it is Jnagarbha,
È veramente troppo
I'll enter the
banale
information on you
che
into the
lui ci
AKASHA.
abbia fregato
Surely
così in
you
questo
know what that
modo.
means.
Se risulta essere la verità e non un io frego te che tu freghi me che io frego te,
With the
non mi
AKASHA's
piace.
calculation prowess, all
Adesso
of your
vediamo però.
actions will be predicted with an accuracy of at least 98%. Furthermore, your data will be updated in real time whenever new information presents itself. To put it into words you can understand, wherever you go, you will be walking under an invisible leash. This is Sumeru's greatest penalty for dishonest persons.
Does that also include your General Mahamatra?
Are you not familiar with the concept that great responsibility begets an equally great suspicion? In any case, you are Sumeru's most concerning external variable. Locking you down will greatly decrease the chance of any undesirable outcomes coming to pass.
You're despicable!
Despicable? Perhaps from your perspective, but I suppose you had mentally prepared yourselves for this, no?
What do you mean?
Your ploy was to sacrifice the Traveler here, was it not?
Lord Azar, I know what you're trying to say, but I've been following your plan this entire time. Why are you doubting me at this juncture?
Perché è troppo un...
Must I delineate your entire plan? Very well, I will spell things out.
È
First of all,
banale.
I received an eyewitness report that you were spotted with the Traveler at Caravan Ribat. However, you immediately departed for the desert and escaped surveillance range. Judging by the time, you all likely encountered the truant General Mahamatra in the desert. Am I correct?
Capito. Cioè, è banale come narrazione il do una mano al protagonista fino a un certo punto. Poi, arrivato a questo punto qua, in questo caso con il grande saggio, io ti tradisco il protagonista, ho sempre seguito l'altro piano. E in questo caso il saggio... Banale.
With their instigation, what was the probability that you would betray
Banale
the
no, è
Academia?
sbagliato.
Rationally
È una
speaking,
narrazione
50%?
prevedibile.
70%? What do you think?
Al collo.
Regardless, that's only a guess. The facts are that I've brought the Traveler right before you, and I gave you my report.
Indeed, your boldness deserves praise. To think that despite status as an outlander, the Traveler is still willing to sacrifice for the sake of your plan. If I'm correct, you have a contingency plan to save Lesser Lord Kusanali and ruin our great work.
Cioè, in realtà è ancora peggio di come l'ho detta. Praticamente è un'enorme partita a scacchi dove tutti i pezzi pensano per sé e non per il bene comune del re e della regina.
Intentions be discovered, all Hatham will turn traitor and sacrifice the Traveler, thus proving his innocence. He can then stay inside the Academia and continue searching for a way to proceed
Non sono
forward.
sorpresa.
As for Sino,
Non sono
according to the
affascinata.
AKASHA's calculations, he will soon return to the Academia and confront me in person. I suppose this is also a part of your plan?
You'll see me as a traitor regardless of what I say, no? Even if you impugn me, it would have little effect on you all.
You misunderstand. Losing our scribe would irreparably damage the Academia's regular operations and the development of Sumeru's future academic systems. However, under the current circumstances, even that is trivial compared to what we stand to gain from our great work.
You said that I betrayed the Academia, but you, Azar, you've betrayed all of Sumeru, betrayed its Archon.
So flight has turned to fight at long last. Guards! Well, what do we have here? So you stole that divine knowledge capsule?
Traitor! You traitor!
Even the most rational scholar will yearn for the power of a god
la
in a
grafica
moment of desperation. Aren't you doing the exact same thing as me?
Aiuto, non mi ricordo come si chiama il cosino di Sumeru. Quello mi fa morire perché mi ricorda tanto i cosi. Gli isekai. Mi ricorda un sacco gli isekai con i visori. Lei dammo, ma tu il combattimento pari a 0, vero?
Take him to the Matra and exile him to Aru village. Then find someone to take these two to the confinement room. I'll deal with them later.
Grand Sage, we've finished all required preparations for Jnagarbha Day. We may begin to enter the capsules now.
Excellent. You may begin.
Tutto un frega a te che te frego anch'io. Paimon di meno. Paimon, per cortesia. That's enough, Paimon.
Oh, yeah. Paimon got a bit carried away there. How was Paimon acting just now? Great, huh?
Not bad, but worse than mine.
Everything's going according to plan so far. We made it into confinement, and all Haytham's
Non si parla di queste cose quando non si è ancora al sicuro, quando tutti possono sentirti. We can relax for the time being.
Trick Grand Sage Azar. All Haytham sure knows how to cook up a plan. What are we doing next? Paimon has trouble remembering things when she's worked up.
Let's review what we discussed during our strategy. No, basta, basta, ti prego. Basta. Basta.
Apart from that, we still have yet another goal in the first stage of our operation, which is to send the Traveler to the confinement room.
What? Why do we want to get her locked up on purpose?
She's always been the person the sages are most afraid of, as well as the greatest obstacle to the successful implementation of their plan.
Va bene,
They are very
sapete
aware
cosa?
of the risk she poses to
Appena
them.
mi dà la possibilità, visto
Once
che
the
sono 2 ore di
Traveler is
live, 2 ore di
imprisoned, the
chiacchiere, 2
sages
ore in
will
cui non abbiamo
likely
fatto
think that
assolutamente
everything is under
nulla.
control.
Appena mi
And
dà la
with their guard down,
possibilità,
the next phase of our plan will have a much
miccio non mi
higher
mozzica
chance of
la mano.
success.
Facciamo le vocazioni. Facciamo un pool da
I can already
10
see the
standard.
pompous looks on their faces.
Oh, that's a super
Così tanto per entrare un po' nel mood di quello che è il content di Genshin.
That isn't the only reason, of course. She has a
E
more
proseguiamo
important task once she's in
domani.
confinement.
Lo finiamo domani,
According to the
facciamo
Academia
un'oretta di
scholars in
live
Ramon's
magari.
custody, Lesser
La
Lord
finiamo domani.
Kusanali has sealed off her consciousness in the AKASHA ever since she was captured by the Doctor. That way, they can't pry any more information from her. Even if we break into the sanctuary of Surasthana, it will take time to awaken Lesser Lord Kusanali's consciousness. We need to do that in advance.
So our job is to wake up Nahida!
Yay!
Okay, totally worth getting thrown in jail for.
The confinement room is inside the Academia, close to the sanctuary of Surasthana. It's a completely enclosed space, and you won't be receiving any visitors.
Anche se forse
I'll
poi
work
non
with
mi fa
Raman scholars
uscire.
to make some modifications to your
Penso che
AKASHA
sono
terminal.
in trappola.
Once you're in, get as close as you can to
Se
Lesser
chiudo
Lord
non posso fare le
Kusanali
cose
and try to
fuori...
connect to her consciousness. However,
fuori...
as for whether she'll actually wake up,
si dice...
that will
offline.
depend on our luck.
No wonder you've been wearing your Akasha terminal today. It's the one that all Hatham modified. Paimon thought they'd take our Akasha
Continuiamo a
terminals when they
urlare
locked
con le
us up
guardie
in
dietro la
here.
porta che stanno lì.
Were
Sì,
they
sì,
being
continua.
careless?
Dai. That wasn't because of carelessness, but of their arrogance.
Alright, so what now?
We first need to find the place with the bus signal in this room. Then we try to connect with Naida.
That's easy enough. We can finally talk with Nahida after all this time. Let's do it.
After all this time. Always.
There's a light flashing on your Akasha terminal. It's almost like... the faster it blinks, the better the signal. Whoa, it's Mora. Ooh, Mora. No, Paimon, we're not here to hunt for treasure.
No, stavo andando bene prima, forse. Ok.
Here? No signal again. Is it getting jammed?
Però che carino. Che carino. Stupendo. No. Ma... No. Ma Alaitam ha deciso che doveva essere un treasure finder tipo quello di Pokémon. Qua non sbrilluccica proprio. Ok, qua sì. Devo solo guardarmi attorno.
Here? No signal again. Is it getting jammed?
Oh santo cielo. Oh santo cielo. No? ogni tanto si impalla in questo modo. Io voglio Casua, santo cielo, che con quel coso volo meglio.
Is this the right spot? Are you getting anything?
It's faint, but I've seen now.
Please work.
Is this a realm of consciousness? Nahida's not moving. She really has sealed off her consciousness. I need to think of a way to wake her up. What is this? It looks like some sort of barrier. Is Nahida using this barrier to isolate her consciousness from the outside world?
Nahida! Hey, Nahida!
Dang it, she isn't reacting. Seems like she can't sense me.
When did it first start? Oh, right. It started from the moment I was born. I want to become a worthy Archon. So I've kept studying. Kept listening to my people and their hearts. Kept looking for a way to save Irminsul. So I can catch up. Catch up to Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. But I'm stuck in the sanctuary of Surasthana. The sages are creating a god to replace me.
Oh, piccola.
And I'm forced to lock my consciousness in this boundless darkness. Nahida!
What now? Is there really nothing I can do? But she's right here in front of me. I can just give up like this. I had already left her behind once when the doctor first appeared. I can do that again.
Nahida!
Storta.
It's so quiet here. Now that I think of it, I don't think I've ever actually listened to my own inner voice. Do Archons have them? Should Archons have them? Have I been doing the right thing? Am I really not needed?
No, piccolino.
How do I really feel about all of this? It's so quiet here.
No, Naida, non perderti nel buio, ti prego, non perdere la tua
Since you're the
coscienza
god
nel
of
buio.
wisdom, you've known the answers to all these questions since the very beginning, haven't you?
Greater Lord.
Who are you? Whose voice is that?
Greater Lord.
You're right, though. I won't ignore my own voice anymore.
Giusto. Wisdom e consapevolezza.
Nahida?
Io devo smettere di piangere per qualsiasi cosa.
Thank you. Why are you here?
Però se mi fanno le storie strappalacrime, cioè non è giusto.
I'm fine. It's just
Ho un animo debole io per queste
when I
cose.
think of everything that's happened to me, I feel really angry now.
You should have been angry ages ago.
Huh? Oh, you're back! How's everything?
Nahida is awake.
Wonderful news! Great! We weren't locked up for nothing.
Ho un animo molto debole quando si toccano certi tasti, molto debole.
You were out for a long time. There are fewer and fewer scholars going about now. You think everyone's done with their Jnagarbha day stuff?
I guess they finished entering all the knowledge capsule.
Yep, so that means our next act is Nilu's performance.
Nilu, are you sure about this? You're taking such a great risk for them.
I'm sure, and I'm going. You know that I don't like to pass up any opportunity to dance, and this one is especially important.
All right. You seem to have a lot of trust in them, so I won't say more on the subject. But if anything happens, the few of us here may not be able to help you.
Don't worry. They've been through worse. Everything's going to be fine.
All right. You know, if you really do get arrested, we'll do everything we can to get you back. Be careful, even if it's only for our sakes.
Thanks, Mr. Zubair. You're so very kind.
Sono io con Nilu. Perfetto, direi. Perfetto un corno. Va bene. Bene. Però don't care, nel senso, sono 2 ore e un quarto di live. Io avrei altri 5 minuti per rimanere e poi dovrei comunque chiudere, quindi usciamo da qua. Tanto suppongo che ci possa ritornare. Se non ci posso ritornare sono fottuta, ma è le magie del... Ok, perfetto. A posto così. Ho capito che cosa devo fare. Quindi dicevo, io ho altri 5 minuti di live, purtroppo, quindi non mi No, che è andato? Ti prego. Ti prego. Ce la stiamo facendo. Ho capito. Ok, sono saltati dei frame. Continuano a saltare frame. Però il bitrate è buono. Ah, mi scusate un secondo. Facciamo così. Va bene. Vabbè, ok, perfetto. Non ho altro che sta fottendo tutto. No, è solo Genshin che ha deciso di sminchioleggiare. In realtà anche Chrome ha deciso di sminchioleggiare. But. Ok. Sì, continuiamo a perdere frame. Non mi pare. Ok, dovrebbe essere rientrata l'emergenza. E adesso ritorniamo qua. Ritorniamo qua, dovrebbe essere rientrata, manco per il cazzo che è rientrata l'emergenza. Aspettate ragazzi, Proprio mo. Cioè, nel senso, proprio mo. Allora, cerchiamo di fare quello che... cerchiamo di fare il possibile con quello che abbiamo. Dicevo, ho interrotto perché io dovrei andare tra poco, ma vi devo far vedere... Scusate. Cioè, raga, ma il gatto può dormire così? Sì, proprio di te parlavo. Orfeo saluta. Non so se si è capito, stava dormendo con la faccia dentro al coso, va bene. Bollo, amore mio. Quindi cerchiamo di fare il possibile con quello che abbiamo. Allora, abbiamo interrotto al momento la quest Oh, appena scrocchiato una caviglia, malissimo. Abbiamo appena interrotto un attimo AKASHA PULSES The KALPA Flame Rises. Perché appunto così io vado e penso che a questo punto un'altra oretta domani pomeriggio e ce la leviamo di torno. Sì, devo fare le missioni di oggi. Comunque, detto ciò, no, non mi interessi, no, non mi interessi, no, non mi interessi. Ho 41 Acquaint Fate, quindi direi che in chiusura di live vi faccio vedere quanto cazzo sono sfigata, ok? Se dopo questo me ne esco con un 5 stelle random di qualsiasi tipo, scusate, però io davvero odio, tra virgolette odio, questo genere di giochi perché non pullo mai, mai, mai nella vita quello che voglio. Mi è capitato una volta con Tinari. E poi volevo prendere Kokomi e me l'ha fatta scontare con gli interessi, il fatto di essere riuscita a prendere Tinari. Quindi, e parlo di quelle pull fatte miratamente per prendere un 5 stelle. Quindi ragazzi, in chiusura spendiamo 10 su questi 41 Acquaint Fate, non mi torna, i boccini normali. E boh, vediamo chi esce. Allora, raga, io... Ma allora è vero che bisogna fare le pull in live. Tanto sarà quella merda di Kiki di nuovo. No, ma merda, vabbè, che King, non ci faccio un cazzo comunque, va bene. Vabbè. è un 5 stelle che rimarrà lì, perché rimarrà lì. Io voglio di look, posso avere di look. Comunque va bene, d'accordo. Ok. Questo è il pool dell'elettro. Comunque dicevo, io sono una persona tendenzialmente, un sacco sfigata. Tanto, cioè io ripeto, non pullo mai quello che voglio. Queste due rimarranno beatamente lì nel background, perché non so che cosa farci, proprio sinceramente. Avrei preferito un'arma. Ma oh, vabbè. Tanto prima o poi uno li deve avere tutti, no? Quindi... E va bene, ne ho 31, ne faccio... No, non ne facciamo un'altra, ne facciamo una a settimana, circa, di grosse pool. E... Comunque è un classico, uno dice che è sfigato e pull il 5 stelle. È veramente un classico. Peccato che non è il 5 stelle che voglio, perché di questo qua non è il 5 stelle che voglio. List of item. Un Tinari lo apprezzavo tanto. Un Jean non sapevo che farci per quanto mi piace. Monarchy King Kiki ce l'ho e non la voglio mai più vedere nella vita. Se mai esisterà il pulsante cancella, deleta oggetto, lo farò. Candace poteva essere carina, Dori ne ho 2000. Sì, di qua volevo solo di look, perché così almeno mi levavo dalle balle l'arma a due mani. Vabbè. Non sarò mai soddisfatta delle pull, mai nella vita. Quindi, io vi ringrazio. Vi lascio anche ad insultarmi, perché ci sta che io dica sono sfigata, becco un 5 stelle, mi lamento dei 5 stelle beccati, quindi mi merito anche gli insulti. Ci vediamo domani per finire la quest della 3.2 di Genshin. Un bacione enorme e ci vediamo presto.